Welcome back. So in this lecture we would concentrate on parameterization in TestNG XML file. Okay, so let me go back to my editor. So you can actually parameterize the values and you can drive the data from your TestNG XML file. Okay, so if you have any global environment variables like URL settings, usernames, passwords, API keys, there are some values which are common across all the test cases, right? So if you are working on REST API tests, API key is common for all requests you hit to that particular server. If you work on Selenium or Appium, the URL or the app package name and activity, so those will be a constant and common for all the test cases, isn't it? So for web testing, the URL must be the common. You have to land on that web page and then perform different test cases on different functionalities. So in this way you will have some global environment variables which are common across your tests. So one way is to drive it through the code using properties class. I will talk about them in my next section. Okay, when I talk about data driven testing, I'll tell about properties class and how to deal that. You can also do it from your TestNG XML file. So in this lecture we are going to see how to drive the most common variables from XML file to your test cases, and you can avoid hard coding like that. Okay, so you should not hard code like URLs, API keys and package details. Those should be driven from one centralized place, and that's the main rule of framework. There should not be any hard coding in your test cases. That could be URL, username, password, whatever. Okay, so the main detail should always come from one external file or one centralized file. So in this lecture we are using a TestNG XML file, right? So if you feel that those values are common across all test folders, you can define those parameters here after the suit. Okay, so if you feel that those are specific to this particular test folder, then you can define inside the test folder. So it's up to you. So we will actually see all those different ways. So first let me write it in centralized, which is applicable to all test folders. So in that case you need to write on top of your folders and below the suit. Parameter, simple, and we are going to close the tag on single line only. So that's the reason I don't want to use like this. I want to use something like this one, like start, end tag and slash. So here you will give your values. Name, so name of that particular parameter. So for example, let's say you are dealing with some URL. That could be web URL or base URL for REST API, anything. Name equals to URL. And what is the value of that URL? It's like QAClickacademy.com is that base URL value, and also it's your website URL. So the value is this, and we are wrapping it in the variable called name. So that's the reason you have to define tag like this, parameter, and give these two attributes. That's all. So if you define like this, and as you are defining it globally, it is applicable to all your test cases in your package, right? So let me come back to any of this random. Let me select day 2 or day 3. Okay, so find out a test here. I can use anything you can use. Let me put it in here only. So to bring that value wherever you defined in that XML to your particular test method, you have to write like this, @parameters, and then use closing bracket, and you have to use open and closing bracket, and inside that again you have to put parenthesis, and inside that you have to give the name of the parameter which you want to use in this test method. Okay, if you define it here, that means this is applicable to this particular test method only. So what is that parameter? URL. That's what we have defined in our XML file, right? Yes, URL. and come to your test and move your cursor on it, and you will see something like this: import parameters org.testng.annotations. Click on this link and automatically that value will come and fall here. Okay, but that falls only this particular test method only. If you want to use that in every test, you have to define everywhere. Okay, so once that arrived here, you have to catch it by providing one argument here, string anything, URL name. You can define any string name here. So when you define a parameter like this, the value which comes from this TestNG XML file and falls here and from here to here. So that means that URL qaclickacademy.com will get stored in this URL name. So once it gets stored here, you can simply call it in your output, the system.println, and yeah, if you run this test, now you will see that that particular URL qaclickacademy.com will get printed in your output. So that means we have successfully pulled out that value into our test case. Okay, so in real time, you can use that. If you are using Selenium, you just say driver.get and pass this URL name. That's all. It will work from your TestNG. Or if you are working on REST assured API, you can use given, when, then, right. For that you need base URL. So that base URL equals to URL name you can write. Okay, for Appium, while defining desired capabilities, you can fill out those app package and app activity and device name values with this parameterization from TestNG. Okay, so right now I am not going to put any automation code here, so I am just printing it just to tell you that I have successfully pulled out that value into this method. Okay, so let me run this test and we'll see how the output comes. TestNG, run as TestNG suit. Okay, so it failed. Good. It will help us to debug the issue. One second, my cursor is not moving. Okay. Alright, so cannot inject @test annotation method with class.java.string. Okay, so TestNG exception. I think there is nowhere we connected to web login home loan here. So we actually tried to put parameterization to web login car loan, right? So why this web login home loan test is throwing an error? Let's see, where is this web login home loan? Web login home loan. This is all about car loan, I think. Maybe here we will have. Yeah, here. Okay, so why do we have this? I'm not sure when I have added this. So before we have this string here, string HH. Okay, maybe when I am trying out something, I have written this. So this doesn't make sense here. Is that the error? Web login home. Yeah. Earlier there is like this, right? So probably cannot inject test annotation with class string. Let me remove this. I guess this could be the error, but I am not sure. Let's run again. And if error is still there, we can still debug that. Run as TestNG suit. Cool, it passed. So that's the error. So by reading that text itself, we have clearly understood that there is something wrong with web login home loan. So you read it clearly and go to that particular class and see what's wrong with that. So by interpreting that error message clearly, you are able to fix that error, isn't it? Anyways, so if you see our output, you have to see qaclickacademy.com. Yes, you see that it got printed. So actually, when this test method is called, first web login car is printed, and next it's trying to print URL name. URL name is nothing but this one. So we are catching our URL value qaclickacademy here and we are throwing it here, right? And that's what we are printing, isn't it? So that's how you can drive the data from TestNG XML file. Okay, so in the similar fashion, you can put this parameterization in your test case level as well. Now, so you have, if you put it in this level, So this URL parameter will be valid only to this test folder class files only. If you try to write something out of this, then this doesn't work. Okay, you might get doubt at what time I have to use test level parameterization and what level I have to use suit level parameterization. This is like test level parameterization, right? Now, if you see this, this is a personal loan. So personal loan might have their unique URL, car loan might have their unique URL. Okay, for the both these components, there could be one more common thing that could be your website name. Okay, in that case, you could define it here. Okay, so you have assume that you have loandepartment.com is your website, that you can give it here. So in that personal loan login, you can go from that particular home page. If you want to go to that personal loan login, you can write in this test. So all these tests, when try to hit that URL, it will hit that personallogin.com, whatever you define it here. So in this way, the test cases which are specific to this folder, you can have your own properties. So if it is carloan.com, for all the car loan test cases, you can go and rewrite and override that URL with your carloan.com. Right. Okay. So let's go back to our test and make sure we see this difference in the output. Okay. So now for car loan day 3, let me go to there, day 3. All right, we are already there in the day 3, right? So when I say URL, now carloan.com will be printed for web login car. Okay, instead of QA Click Academy, it should print car loan. Okay, so same URL. Now we will try to put it in day 2 or day 4 or day 1 classes. It will not print car loan, it will print personalloan.com only, because for this block we have one more new parameter. Let's say 1 to 4. I will just go and copy the same thing, which is URL. Let me go to the 4th class. I would put it here. This is like home loan, which still belongs to personal loan. Web login home personal loan. Let's put it like this. So in the output you have a clear vision. So once the URL is here, you need to catch it, right? Define any string here and make sure you are calling this string inside this function. All right, so you may remove this now because we have own parameters in the specific test suite level. Okay, so now let's run the test. Okay, so personalloan.com is printing in personal loan test cases. See it here. Where is our car loan? Car loan. Yep, you see that. Carloan.com is printing when web login car Java classes are printing. So that means, so all test cases belongs to this folder is applicable to this parameter, and all test cases belong to this folder is applicable to this parameter. So in this way you can segregate parameter values as well based upon the test folders. All right, so let's continue our discussion in coming lecture 2. Thank you.